Okay, so week 7 coding project. We're going to start in the MySQL workbench. You see, we've created the schema projects. Um, we've assigned it the password project. Uh, we've also created a user uh, projects. And if we go to schema privileges, we can see that this user has been assigned every privilege except for grant option. So now we're going to go over to Eclipse where we create a Maven project and we will start on the POM page. So we can see up here at the top that we have our Gav with com.promeneo.tech, artifact ID, mysql./java, and the version. So the first thing we did in the POM XML page is we added the properties and we set the Java version to 11. After that, we added the dependencies. We use the Maven repository.com, found the dependency we needed for MySQL connector J, and we copy pasted that into the XML. And then finally, we added the plugin by going to maven.apache.org, finding the appropriate plugin, pasting it in, and then added the source and target, both of which are Java version or $.version. After that, we created our 4 projects. Projects.dao, projects.entity, projects.exception, projects.service. Entity and service have nothing in them, but we created classes in the other two. So we have our DB exception page, where we've called in the superclass exceptions to have these 4 exceptions that we're going to use as part of our throwables. And then in DB kind of connection, we created our JDBC connection. So we created the variables we'll need with string for host, a string for password, integer for port, string for schema, and string for users. And we created a method, a connection method, get connection. We created our string here that's going to populate our connection method. And then we created a system printout message, and then we threw a try and catch connection. So we have that here. And then finally, if we go to project apps, you can see we have the DB connection method we're calling on. We clear the console, we run it again. We can see that we get our message here. Successfully connected, and it pulled in our the URI string that we have up here. Now, I know this is a little different than what we expected. I've been having issues with the throw method that was working the other day, but now I'm running into issues. So I created the return null just to show that otherwise the application is working. But if we import the exception, we get everything here. Looks good. Create a console. And if we run, we're getting this compilation error. So this is something I ran into. It was the other day when I first put this project together. I wasn't having that issue, but that is something that's cropped up. So something to review. And finally, we have our git ignore page that was added to for when we were committing the project to GitHub to take the settings out of the file.